You only like Waldo because he's a former baseball player, huh?
So? I can bet however I want, okay?
You've been struggling with those picks too.
Bro. We'll talk about KC and his classless championship fight in a little bit.
Welcome to the Denver Sports Betting Show UFC edition. This segment is brought to you by CD's Wings. Get your wing order in super early because this UFC Shanghai card starts at 2 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So you're going to have to get your wing order in before or after, but as long as you get it in, their flavor of the month is grubby garlic. But right next to me, as always, I got my fight squad. Taylor, Ryan, and Agan is back. Boys, we have UFC Shanghai. Are you going to be up at 3 a.m. to watch this fight card? First question.
No, but
Absolutely, I'll be up. I'll be up from the night before, but yeah, we'll be up still.
Perfect. I'm going to call you at 3 a.m. So, I mean, let's get right into it because it is across the pond, but the UFC provided us some really great fights. So let's get started with the first one. Sergey Pavlovich versus Waldo Cortez Acosta, the big boys throwing down. Taylor, who you got?
I got the former baseball player, Waldo.
Waldo, the baseball player. Where's Waldo? Ryan, who you like?
Sergey.
Okay. Agan.
Pavlovich for sure.
Okay, we got two Sergeys, one baseball player. Tell me your thoughts.
Man, I just like Waldo, man. He's an athletic striker. He lands almost 6 significant strikes per minute. I think he's someone that's going to come in and make a statement here. And Sergey, man, he's great, but I just haven't liked his performances as of late. I don't think he can hang with the top of the people in the heavyweight division. So where's Waldo all day?
Ryan, talk to me.
You only like Waldo because he's a former baseball player, huh?
So? I can bet however I want, okay?
You've been struggling with those picks too.
Bro. We'll talk about KC and his classless championship fight in a little bit.
Sergey, man, just the boxing, boxing. I don't think Waldo's going to be able to help it, and Waldo's going to get knocked out. So I'm picking the KO for this with Sergey, and I might even go just since it is a minus 265. Put a little bit KO first round, Sergey.
Okay, what does that pay out?
You're gonna have to come back to me. I had it, but
no. But these are the things we want to get out there, so we'll come back. Agan, what's your thoughts?
Well, I think this fight for Pavlovich, it's gonna put him back in the conversation. I think he's gonna go on a run. He's lost a couple of fights, but he won his last one. But I think this is the fight he's gonna get a knockout.
Going to get that knockout. Possibly the big boys, they are throwing down. Knockout is always on the table. That is why I don't personally like betting on heavyweights fights, so I'm going to abstain. Ryan, did you find out what the numbers, the line on that was?
I did. So it's going to be a plus 170.
All right, we love plus money around here.
Or you could just take Where's Waldo at plus 225. That's all I'm saying.
But, it's hard to find Waldo sometimes. Hopefully he is able to figure it out. That's all the way in Shanghai.
Can't find him.
All right, but moving right along, two of my favorite fighters, Brian T-City Ortega versus Aljamain Sterling. Taylor, who you got in this one?
I'm so excited for this fight, and it's a 5-round co-main event, so I'm really looking forward to this one, but I got Aljo.
5 rounds?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. I did not know that. So that changes things for me. Ryan, what's your thoughts?
Man, I love T-City, but I got to go Aljo on this.
All right. Agan, who you like in this one?
Aljo.
Okay. So 2 Aljos, 1 Brian Ortega. How come...
Who's the Ortega?
No, I'd love T-City, but I said I'm going Aljo.
Oh, you just had nice things to say. You weren't actually making him your pick. Okay, that's my bad. All right, so yeah, Aljamain Sterling across the board. I have him as well. He's a minus 278 favorite, so not a lot of value there, but how come you think Aljamain Sterling gets this done?
I think Aljo's a great parlay ad here, somewhere on the card. But man, again, like Ryan, I love Ortega. I think he's a great fighter, but he's the same fighter he was 5 years ago. He absorbed 7 significant strikes per minute. And man, Aljo's nasty. Anybody training out of Ray Longo's camp over there with Marab, I just think he's going to go in there and he's going to work him. It might not be that exciting of a fight, but I think he easily gets the W here.
Yeah, we just witnessed a not so exciting fight, but at the end of the day, we are UFC fans, so it still could be a great fight. I think Aljamain Sterling is just superior. Brian Ortega, You said he's the same fighter that he was years ago. I think he's a worse fighter than he was years ago. So Ryan, how come you got Aljamain?
Man, just what you said, Ortega, man, I was on that hype train, man. I loved him, and then we saw that slaughter that he was in, and with all those punches he absorbed. And since then, man, he's not been the same guy. He's just been on the decline. I think this is going to go to decision. I don't think, it's going to be exciting. Both of them are great grapplers, but I think Aljo's just a little bit better, and just T-City hasn't shown anything in his past couple fights.
Not at all. How come Aljo?
Well, with Ortega, his last fight against Diego Lopez, you could tell, he's not the same guy anymore. And by looking at their last opponents, Aljo had a great fight against Movsar, so I think he's more prepared. I mean, Ortega hasn't fought in about a year, so I think Aljo probably by unanimous decision for sure.
Yeah, I think there was going to be a little bit of a size discrepancy, but, just looking at how the fighters come into this fight, I was very disappointed in Brian Ortega, who is a personal favorite of mine. I'm not trying to, be down on him, but, he didn't really show up in shape for that last fight with Diego Lopez. It looked kind of pudgy. I don't know a nicer way to say it. But, I think that is very, very important because you're going up against a former champion in Aljamain Sterling. I mean, is there any path to victory? I think it's going to have to come on the ground. I mean, if it does go to the ground, you have Aljamain Sterling, who is top-notch, versus Brian Ortega, who's one of the best black belts in the UFC. Taylor, is there any path to victory for T-City?
Yeah, it's throwing up that triangle, man. Like, that's his only chance here. He's not going to get it done on the feet. I would have loved to see this, like, 2021-ish, like when Ortega fought Volk. I would love to see it back then, right, when he was at his peak, because these guys are both really, really good on the ground. Ortega's been known for that, but Sterling trains with Ray Longo. He understands exactly what to do in those situations that I think he controls them here. But again, this fight at its peak would have been nice to see.
Yeah, 100% agree with that. Aljamain Sterling is going to be like a human backpack. I think he's going to have to carry him all fight long. But we have Zhang Min Yang taking on Johnny Walker in the main event. Shanghai, China is going to be going crazy for Zhang Min Yang. Who gets it done? What's your pick, Taylor?
I got Min Yang by finish, and it's minus 280-ish, so I would add that into a parlay with Aljo.
Okay. Ryan, what you think?
Zhang.
Zhang?
We're going with Zhang.
All right.
Yeah.
Egan? Zhang, okay. So the prop for Zhang to win, money line, is minus 355. You threw out there Zhang by finish to get it done at minus 280. How come you think it's Zhang by finish?
Man, Johnny Walker, like when he first started out, he made his name on being a wild and crazy striker, but he's not that anymore, and he's super chinny, and we've seen some really, really not so flattering pictures and videos of him knocked out in very bad ways. And if you look at Zhang, what he did to Anthony Smith, I know it's the tail end of his career, but seeing a performance like that, he's at his home country, 100% finish rate. Majority of those have actually been by submission, though. So either way, I think it's a knockout or a submission here, and I think he has his way and has a great showing in his home country.
Yep, 100% agree. Ryan, how come Zhang?
Man, that power is crazy. And just like you said, Johnny, he's been in some highlight knockouts, man. That chin is gone. Really gone. So for this, I might try to sprinkle a little bit more on that first round at a minus 150 for Zhang. But I might just go a little bit crazy and go Zhang, Sergey, and Aljamain parlay, all three of them for a plus 149. So,
all right, some plus money on the three.
That's the only way you're going to get some plus money with these guys.
It is a little bit juiced, I will admit that. But Egan, how come you think Zhang Min Yang gets it done?
Well, Johnny Walker, I mean, like you said, he's been knocked out a lot, and there was a point in time where he got knocked out a bunch of times, and then he won a bunch of fights after that, So now he's back to being knocked out. He got knocked out twice, his last two fights. But it really wouldn't surprise me if he won. But I think, Zhang is going to get a finish. I think it's going to be a knockout. But like I said, don't be surprised if Johnny Walker wins.
I will be very surprised.
He and his brother. Dropping those leg locks and everything.
Hey, they train together. You never know. He might be getting that leg lock too, practicing that. You know.
Yeah, but in every family, there's a more talented sibling, and unfortunately, Johnny Walker is not that talented sibling. I know his brother Volter Walker, the excellent heel hook specialist. So maybe Johnny Walker takes something from his brother, locks in a heel hook, but I don't see it happening. Zhang Mingyang gets it done, and if you parlay that with Aljamain Sterling, you will get minus 141 odds, so that will pay the bills. Thank me later. But yeah, with that being said, that wraps up our show for today. Be sure to get your wing order in early or save your wing order from the night before. Warm it up at 3 a.m. because the fights are going to be good, the wings are going to be good, and we will be back next week to break down the next fight card. See you soon.